Okay, let's talk about releasing music in 2026 because I think there's a lot of advice that you've probably heard is telling you to like build up for 3 months and drop a little bit of teasers and cinematic teasers and make this whole dramatic rollout. But the truth is that no one probably cares about that, and we're acting like the world is sitting there waiting for a perfect moment, whereas that's just not the case. Okay, the truth is that no one cares, and you've probably felt that you're posting your singles, you're posting your teasers or whatever, you're getting zero views, almost that, because, and I'm not saying that in a rude way, it's just a reality way. In 2026 the world moves too fast for that. Okay, you can't hype something up and expect people to sit there and wait and actually care, because the audience attention span is literally measured in seconds. Okay, you're competing with thousands of new songs, you're competing with record labels, you're competing with big corporations. They know how to capture someone's attention better than you. And the truth is that the whole idea of putting out a single for 3 months and putting pressure on one song to blow up, it's kind of outdated, and it doesn't really work in this like short attention span economy that we're living in. Okay, the real strategy now is all about volume. Okay, release weekly or bi-weekly, but make sure that you're like being consistent. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why that's the truth in 2026 and probably moving forward. Okay, the truth is that you need to show up very consistently, like very consistently, because at the end of the day, yeah, releasing music in 2026 is like the lottery. The thing is, if you buy more lottery tickets, the chances that you're gonna like win the lottery is so much higher, obviously, because you're getting multiple entries. And every release is another chance to blow up. Every release is another chance to get a hit, not even to blow up, just to reach a different pocket of people, new people, and a different mood, a different group of people, a different algorithm cycle. You never really know which song is going to connect to which people, and that is a big thing when it comes to like releasing frequently, because you're giving yourself more chances and more opportunity to actually hit something. you know and I think that's kind of key. And so, okay, you're dropping consistently, the odds get better. You stack enough tickets over time, and over time, something's eventually gonna pop off. If you keep just hitting away, sometimes at some point you're gonna hit a good shot. And even beyond the lottery idea, it's just math. It's clear that like streaming, it doesn't pay as well as it used to be. Someone can listen to your single. One stream is $0.04, whereas before, buying a single, people would buy a single for a decent amount of money. So the idea of releasing frequently is like it's way easier to get 20 songs to 10K streams than to get one song with 200,000 streams, and they will pay the same. You know, and that's just numbers financially. Like 20 songs on taking 10, having 20 songs on 10,000 streams, it will make you as much money as one song on 200,000. But spread across your catalog, spread across all platforms is way easier to actually scale, because when you're spreading it over months of activities, that's way more sustainable than to get one song going viral. You're gonna build a foundation, and one that attracts new listeners consistently, and like your catalog, it will compound on each other. So trying to get one hit to 200,000 streams, that's a lot of pressure. That's stress. That is just unrealistic for most artists these days, especially independent artists. And so honestly, the whole like idea of waiting for a perfect moment or building up a big single, like that worked for labels in the 2000s or in the 90s, but it's not realistic these days, and it's gonna kill more songs than it helps. Okay, so artists, they will sit on good music for months, sometimes years, waiting for like a moment that will never exist. You're gonna wait for the perfect rollout that will never come, whereas instead, bro, just release the damn song. Like next week, release another one, and the next week, and the next week, and then the week after that, you're releasing more songs, and keep that energy moving, keep that momentum. Okay, that's how you stay relevant, and that's how you actually grow, because you need to get small wins over and over again that can compound. Okay, you're not gonna try and wait for the big hit. Okay, because it doesn't exist these days. That's just the truth. Okay, but through enough like presence, you're gonna grow eventually. And so the people who win, they aren't the ones with the perfect rollouts or with the viral TikTok songs. Like, look at the artists, genuinely. Look at the artists who are from, maybe who have blown, who are new in like the 2020s kind of decade. And look at, there's two groups of artists. They're the ones who you can pinpoint to a viral moment, and they are the ones who like built consistently over the years. Okay, and there's a big distinction, because those ones who got like a viral moment, they fade fast, and they're memes right now. Whereas the ones who actually kind of built slowly and actually committed themselves to actually consistently building momentum, those are the ones who are winning, and those are the ones who we want to be like. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to have a short moment. You don't want to be a meme rapper at the end of the day. So you need to show up every Friday, every month, all the time, and just keep showing up and dropping something, adding another piece to your brand, piece to the catalog, piece to the brand. And now, does that mean that you're just gonna drop a lot of shit and just drop random stuff? No. The key is that all singles and everything you do, every single reel you're posting, they all need to fit to the same brand, to the same universe. It needs to be cohesive. It doesn't need to be planned out. It just needs to be cohesive. It all needs to feel like you. The same vibe, the same visual language, like episodes of a TV show. Each one is a standalone, but together they all together like collectively come to build a world. And so that way, even like you're dropping and doing frequent stuff, like people can still feel the narrative. People can still feel the identity. They see the consistency. People will understand and see that you're actually out there and pushing your stuff and creating a brand. They see you evolve in real time. And so the release strategy that I'm presenting for 2026 is basically high volume, constant presence, okay, but low pressure, okay. So try and also keep it cohesive world building. That's the world. Cohesive world building. That's the word of the day. And you just keep feeding the algorithm and let the catalog stack, because that is how you make money at the end of the day as an artist. And so instead of swinging once really hard, try and like get 100 jabs and 100 little punches. And the thing is, you only need one of those punches to land clean, okay. But to get that one punch, yeah, you have to keep throwing. And one other thing that I think is so important, okay, you don't know what's gonna blow up. You don't know what it's gonna pop off. You have no idea. None of us have an idea, okay. So putting all your eggs into one basket and trying to get like a big song blowing up, that's just idiotic at the end of the day if you look at the numbers, because you don't know if it's gonna blow up. Like if I told you that you can go into like a room filled with balloons, okay, and you're gonna pop every single balloon. Like if you go into a room filled with balloons, okay, and in one of those balloons is like $100 bill, okay, and you're trying to find the $100 bill, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna try to pop as many balloons as possible, or are you just gonna try and pop one? You're obviously gonna go for as much as possible, because you don't know which is gonna pop off. You don't know which balloon is gonna have the $100 bill. You don't know what song is gonna blow up, and thus it's stupid to just like put all of your eggs into one basket and trying to like build hype and build one single. And I'm so shocked every time like I watch a YouTube video, because that's what these guys recommend. They always tell you to like build up for 3 months and then drop the single, but you don't know if that single is gonna resonate. So wouldn't it just make sense to pop as many balloons as possible, try and push as many songs as possible, and then just by freaking math, you're gonna have a higher chance and higher likelihood of getting one good punch. And I guess the crazy thing is like you don't even need like a viral moment these days. You just need consistency. You need presence, okay? Because when you're dropping weekly, the algorithm sees activity. People see that you're in motion. People see that you're active. And when someone discovers you, suddenly they have a full catalog to explore. They have a rabbit hole to go down. And that's how the streams, they multiply. And that's how people kind of convert from like not knowing you to fans. You're giving them a funnel to go down. And you don't need a perfect single. You need them to be able to like binge or listen to your songs. Yeah. And I mean, like, forget the cycles of releasing singles. Just have the big motion of just releasing frequently. Forget trying to make one song carry you everywhere. Just release weekly, stay in motion, stay cohesive, let the song stack up. And I guess like the one thing and the one argument that always comes up is that like it's expensive to release music, and I do get that. Like it can be expensive if you're buying beats. Like if you're paying for distribution services, then it makes sense to just release as much as possible. But I understand that like it can be hard for a lot of people to like the studio time, whatever. If you don't have like a home studio, a home microphone, it can be hard to like release frequently and release as much music as possible. But if you want to, I can make a video on that, on how to like cut down the cost and how to actually like release music for way cheaper and make music for way cheaper. So yeah, but the idea is just to like give yourself more lottery tickets than everyone else. Okay, give yourself more chances to blow up. Okay, and over time the momentum it builds. Okay, something is gonna catch on, and the world you're building, it grows. People start paying attention because people have something to pay attention to, something that is constantly in motion. And that's kind of what you need to offer people. I need to be the one that kind of constantly shows up, and don't beg for it. Don't try and like force it, because if you're trying to force one single, it's not gonna happen. But if you try and build consistently and just drop music you like consistently, then eventually people are gonna catch on, and that's reality of me releasing music now. That's how you win, I guess, in 2026. It's a few days left of 2025, but I thought I'd name this video like 2026 so that I don't have to like change the freaking title next year. But volume, consistency, and a universe that people can walk into. That is how you like get people in, and everything else will fall into place. So I hope that helped. But yeah, I do understand the statement of like it's too expensive to release weekly or bi-weekly. And please comment if you want the video on like how to like release music for cheaper and make music for cheaper. I could definitely do that. So just let me know. So peace.